Nerdsplaining podcast. I'm your host, Eric Da Silva. With me, as always, my co-host, Jose Romero.
Greetings, salutations, nerds around the world. A few weeks out, we're back. Lots to talk about post Comic Con hangover, if you will, which we didn't get to attend this year, and that's probably a good thing. You know, it's not like Marvel did anything special, but gave us 30 minutes while people waited 24 hours. Idiots.
Listen. Was it a bit underwhelming?
Suckers.
It leaned that way. There was still cool stuff, but you're right.
The stuff.
You waited a whole day for that presentation. I kind of feel a little bit.
Yeah, that's weak sauce. That's kind of weak. We'll get into that a little bit. It's it should have been better, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm glad I missed it this year because that would have been kind of a disappointment to say the least. But this
your buddy James Gunn wasn't even there, so you couldn't even really bring it into complaint to anybody.
That's a fair point. Would have been a waste of my time. Could have grabbed lunch with James, talk about DC and all that stuff. How's it going? Ups and downs they're having.
You could have said WTF Supergirl. Like, there could have been questions. There could have been
a lot of questions on what they're doing over there. We know they're doing some Clayface, and we'll start there because since we're on the subject, we got the trailer drop before Comic-Con, of course.
Sure.
So the trailer came out. I guess there's a lot of excitement leading into it. I guess.
Right.
It was cool. I don't think I'm as high on it as other people are. Me personally.
I got to tell you, I was like, oh, if I didn't know better, this would just be a fun horror movie. That's what it looked like, a fun horror movie. Very much almost in the vein of The Fly, where a guy is getting slowly corrupted by a thing.
Body horror, I think.
Right. But I got to tell you, the last shot of that trailer that got me super excited was when you see that he's becoming the Clayface, the moldy clay monster thing. He's that little one little flesh pop shoulder, and I was like, oh, okay, you got me. I just needed that. I am such a child. All I needed was like, you mean an action figure is gonna move? And I'm in. It's ridiculous, but that's the whole thing.
I guess it was fine. I mean, I don't know what to expect here. It's an odd choice again to release this film, so I don't know where it all fits into the grand scheme of things with these. Maybe it doesn't, and that's fine. That's okay.
Sure.
But they need a win, and I'm not sure this is going to be. It can be profitable. It's a cheap movie, so at least I'll give them credit. That's smart. They didn't spend $100 and God knows what $1 million on this. Is going to be I think a $60 million film. I think more or less.
I think it was $80 million.
Is it 80? Okay,
I think it's 80. Yeah,
a little high, but they got a little room to breathe. I just
right.
We'll see how it goes because they need to win after Supergirl, and They weren't there at Comic-Con, so just kind of hanging everything on the mat tomorrow.
It kind of feels, it does feel a little bit sort of like they're hanging their head low, like, oh man, like that's what it kind of feels like, It's just they're in a weird place, and which kind of sucks because they got off to a good start, a very good start with. Right. Well, I will say, DC seems to be doing pretty good with second trailers because you had the second Clayface trailer, and you had the second or the third Lanterns trailer.
The third Lanterns trailer, yes, which should have been the first trailer.
Right, absolutely.
I don't understand that. I guess strategy. I don't think I may not heard it. Who knows? But that should have been the first trailer out of the gate. Much better trailer. Give us an idea what Lanterns really is. It got me more excited. So I'm with you there on that. Much better job. I hope it's not too late though. Sometimes
I don't think it's too late.
It may not be, but it may not be. But
you could have hit the ground running, and now you're revving up, so you're still gonna get that speed that but like, why take so long to get going when you could just do it, bam, right off the top?
Because after people complaining, how the nerds do it, and oh my god, they don't show Lantern.
There's not enough green. What's going on? Where's the power?
And I get it, and then I wrong per se. But you could have dropped this one. Everyone just shut the hell up and said, "Oh man, I can't wait for Lanterns," and build that momentum leading up to next. So, DC's, I don't know, it's weird. They're in a weird place. I think James Gunn confirmed Blue Beetle coming back, which is odd. I guess the character
and for an animated movie, though, right? That's what I heard.
Well, from my understanding, he's going to be in Man of Tomorrow. I may be wrong there, but that's again. What are we doing? Does anybody care about Blue Beetle? I mean, the audience spoke very loudly. Not that it was a bad movie. I actually enjoyed it. You did too.
I enjoyed it too, right? But in terms of like enthusiasm, I unfortunately it had a smaller cheering section than Masters of the Universe. And Masters of the Universe I thought was a better movie than Blue Beetle.
Yeah, that's fair. Agreed. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, just we talked about bringing out the big guns, and the Supergirl didn't work for many reasons. But Blue
Right.
Beetle's not the one to kind of hold your head. I'm not saying they're going to hang their head on Blue Beetle, but bring him back, whatever. I don't think anybody cares, right? I just,
I mean, I'm
unfortunately,
excited because
they should care.
the movie had a lot of potential
It did, for
in
sure. It
terms of
did.
world building and character. So I'm glad they're not leaving that. It's sort of like leaving money on the table. I'm glad they're not leaving, especially as a
Oh,
Latino superhero. I'm glad they're not leaving that money on the table. But
100%. I'm
you
happy
got to
about
do
that.
something more. You got to really elevate. He can't be featured. He's got to be elevated. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. And listen, and I'll get to this, and I'll see. Well, I'm going to table the rest of this part of this conversation. It ties into what Marvel's doing.
All right.
But I want to brush on it. But again, it's just our choice. It's just not exactly what's going
Yes.
to get anybody excited. I don't think anybody cares if he's in or not. I'm not saying it's not a good thing or a bad thing. Just no one cares. That's the difference.
Right. Right.
It could end up being very cool. Okay, fair enough. And yeah, as an odd choice, you wipe the DCU clean for the most part, minus Peacemaker still going up. But why is this
Sure.
one coming back as opposed to? I don't know. It's interesting choices that Gunn is doing. I'm not sure
Right.
what's going on there. So yeah. So I mean, anything else from DC side? I think that was it in the last few
Batman, Caped
weeks.
Crusader.
Caped Crusader. You're right. That's dropping Amazon Prime. 8 episodes, season 2. I liked it. I think we liked the first one, first season,
I like
right?
the first one. I thought it was
Yeah.
really well done. I mean, if you're a fan of the original animated series, this is like the cousin who spent time at the gym. It's like we're kind of related, but I'm doing something different. But I'm really
Sure.
you could see the overlap.
This is the leg day to the original Batman's chest and
That's
arms,
absolutely
right?
that's
And no one
exactly it.
likes leg
Yes.
day, but it's got to get done. Um,
Uh,
I think you've seen a couple of episodes. I think I've seen like 4
I've seen
so
two.
far.
I've seen the first two.
Listen, very cool. I think it's even better than the first season. I think personally, it's got a little more focus for me personally. I don't know, man. Joker's in there, which is cool.
I like
He's
and
the
I
guy
like that
behind the guy. You haven't quite
I
seen him
like
fully.
it's the
Yeah.
golden age Joker where he's not really that laughy smiley. He's
Right.
just more like I happen to look like a clown, but I hate everything.
Right.
Like that is a
Yes.
very cool aspect to go on. I will say, and since you're 2 episodes in, you let me know if I'm hitting on anything of this.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about the Riddler.
That was a choice.
Right? Right? Like I like you're putting the Edward Nigma of it all. Like in the comics, they even changed the name to Edward Nash, so it's not
okay.
so on the money as Nigma. But you got him Edward Nigma. He's tasked with the first episode. Spoilers. He's tasked with finding out who the snitch is, and he does it in the most un-Riddler way possible. Kill everybody, just murder everybody, and the snitch gets taken out.
I
I'm
would
like,
that's
say
a
way to stop it.
That trend continues throughout the series.
Okay.
But I mean, this show's has taken this, the Rogues Gallery, and kind of given his own spin to it, even more grounded, right?
Right.
So I guess I'm okay with that because what the show set up, right? With all
but the Riddler is supposed to set up riddles and be inquisitive. This guy seems like just a psycho.
Yeah, he's just a guy who is a little bit of green, and
right.
He's unhinged, unpredictable and crazy.
Sure.
But that's who he is. That's a choice.
That's a choice.
At first, I'm like, oh, maybe he's gonna become I'm thinking, okay, but again, I haven't seen the whole series, so maybe he does.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
To be fair, but so far, 4 in, it's the same guy. He's just a guy.
Who
happens to be called.
I will say, the ending of the second episode caught me by surprise because they introduced a major Batman villain, and at the end of the second one, they kill him from another major Batman villain. I'm like, okay, like you guys are like, screw this guy. He did a thing. We're done. Let's go. I'm like, yeah, cool. Go.
I've heard a friend of mine who jumped in, and I think they have like Poison Ivy or a version of her.
Right. Well, they did a little montage of what to expect for the season.
Oh, I skipped that. I don't like to see that.
I love watching those.
Okay,
I got you.
So
I did see the visual of her. Yes.
Okay. But I heard she's in there again. He said it's not like Nigma, not your typical Poison Ivy per se.
Okay.
For whatever that's worth, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Sure.
But it's a cool show, man. Listen, DC usually does well with this stuff and TV stuff more so than the films lately. This is good, man. I enjoyed this one. But yeah, you're right. It's just
I want to see more. I just haven't had time.
Yeah. If you like the '90s version, you're gonna like this. I mean, it's very
absolutely
cool.
Easy.
Very cool. Also, the HDC is getting something right, for the most part. Yeah, this will be interesting. Okay, so now let's go back to Comic-Con. We're just gonna do Marvel for now because we got tons of Marvel. We're gonna do
So much
a
Marvel.
full Spidey review, spoiler, all that stuff. Get our thoughts on that. I will say, I remember Eric, you kind of gave me the side eye when I said this was gonna make $250 million, and you're like, I don't think so. I wasn't right either, but it blew out away.
Yeah, I just heard about this.
But I told you, I said 250. I had 250 on the table, and I told you that's like this.
Right.
This is gonna be huge. You just have a sense of it.
I thought it was gonna be huge in the like as like something with legs that can carry a couple of weeks,
I
a
got a
couple
feeling,
months.
and again 250, which is a huge number. I undersold that.
Yeah, we both did. Yeah.
By a wide margin. But we'll get to that because there's lots to talk about with Spider-Man, upcoming future of the MCU. But let's start with Comic-Con. Well, actually, you know what? I won't start there. This is interesting because so much news, and I don't know how to even approach some of this stuff. But I will say this. Let's start here. We'll have some fun here.
All right.
Listen, I have accused Marvel Cinematic Universe to be the most undiverse movie studio out there, from a company that was presumed to be very progressive.
Right.
Let's just call it what it is. And I'll say this half jokingly, but you have DC bringing back a Latino character, right? Good for you.
Right.
The only one of which we still have yet to see MCU do that.
Sure.
Just throwing it out there.
Right.
And they stick to the hits when it comes to Black Panther, which they announced. We got the guy who was in The Long Walk. But that's a hit. But that's a hit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's a hit, so they kept it there. But
sure.
They canceled Blade officially. They canceled Wonder Man, surprisingly. And they give us Ghost Rider or White Rider, apparently, because they don't want any people of color in their movies.
Oh, no.
Apparently.
No.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Go there with that nonsense.
I'm just saying.
You keep that Ghost Rider disrespect out of your name.
I like Ghost Rider. And bring on Ghost Rider. I'm just saying, it's unfortunate you bring a Ghost Rider and a white guy front, and you cancel all the black projects.
Wait. First of all, let's clear it up. There have been several Ghost Riders, and you want to talk about disrespect? I'll give you disrespect. They did Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. Shout out to the man Nick Cage. Then they jumped into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. Listen, I appreciate a good Latino, Puerto Rican Ghost Rider. I'm dope. But my man Danny Ketch, the one who everyone mimics the costume but gives no respect to his name, they ain't never done shit with him. But guess what? The movie title, Ghost Rider, and that font, and made him like that, give me Danny Ketch. I want me some white boy from Queens, Danny Ketch. I grew up in Queens. I'm a Queens kid. I need some more Queens in my life.
I think he said it's Blade. I think
Blaze?
What's it? Yeah, but what the actor? Oh my God. Ken.
Project Hail Mary.
Why am I blacking out? This guy.
Married to Ava Mendes. Like, I know all the things. Fall Guy. What is his name? You're the one with the internet.
Barbie. Okay, let's look at Barbie. Now, I can't believe. I can't think of his name. My God, I got Alzheimer's coming in early, unfortunately for me.
It's Orion. It's Orion something, right?
I can't believe it.
I see his face.
Ryan Gosling.
I knew it was Orion.
Jesus.
I knew it was Orion.
But I think he came out and said, it's Feige or something, that it was going to be the Blaze. That's what someone had said.
That's, you know what? I got to tell you. And that's so disappointing. I got to tell you. You know how, like, all the Flash fans are like, shut up with Barry Allen. We don't give a crap about Barry Allen. We want Wally West. I am in the same way, but for the Ghost Rider. I don't give a shit about Blaze. You give me Danny Ketch. That's what I've been waiting for. Give me Danny Ketch already.
It looks like that's not going to be the case for whatever it's worth. But whatever. They announced it, like, and that's putting one of the two announcements on there. But I'm just interested. Wonder Man was a huge surprise, all jokes aside. Whatever.
But I will say, based on the numbers that Spider-Man's doing, I understand when they're like, no, you don't do anything else now except work on the next one.
Well, this is what I've been saying. This is the DC's problem, right? Circling back on that, which is why release Supergirl, it made no sense.
Right.
And Spider-Man's success proves what I said a few weeks ago.
Play your hits.
Play your hits. That's what I said. Spider-Man, even the sucky ones, always do well. Batman, no matter what DC is up down, it's consistently doing well, right? Right?
Because
It
if you
has been.
build, I will listen. I hate admitting you're right. We've known each other for years. When it comes to you being correct, I say nothing and I look the other way. If I say it, I cover my mouth so it can't be brought back to me. But you did say, now that you play the hits, he goes, you play your hit lands, and then you do a secondary character because you're carrying that goodwill. So if the secondary character does well, it reinforces the big hit. And if the second character does badly, at least the first character still can carry the next one.
Oh,
That's how you do it.
absolutely, and that's what so I think Wonder Man is just an example of that. Where listen, I like people do
Yeah.
want to as much as I want to, and perhaps yourself seeing something different from the genre. I would love to see that. We don't get enough difference in as far as these kind of superhero movies. Always the same for the most part.
Right.
People don't give a shit. People don't want that. And Wonder Man's an example.
They want what they know
They want
until they want something new.
Yeah.
But you got to give them what they know, what they want.
Right, exactly.
First.
Play it. Just bring back Iron Man, Captain. I get it. I'm not a fan of it, but I get it. And business wise, it makes sense because that's what people want to see.
I mean, listen,
which
just go
why,
back to, like, we talked about this. I hate to sound like a broken record, but like, look at the first three phases of Marvel. Once Cap, Iron Man, and Thor hit, they did trilogies, so you had those and then you did one or two supplemental ones. And if those pop, those get sequels too. But you gotta build from there,
build, man. And which is why even like announcing Ghost Rider is such an odd move because this is a character which is cool. The nerds like him. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So it's an odd choice to bring that out. Particularly, this is this intro to the MCU, which is, I guess, it could be. We'll see what Doomsday brings. But if it is the first time we see it, it's an odd choice.
Here's what I think about it. Visually, he's striking enough where people are like, oh, yeah, I know that guy. And you got Ryan Gosling. And listen, Ryan Gosling gets asses in seats. Ryan Gosling to movies is like a drag show for brunch. It gets asses in seats. People are going to go.
Maybe. I don't think even that's necessarily the case. These days, the movie star doesn't carry films as much anymore as an IP, or I mean, some directors do that. Nolan's an example of that, right? I mean, he makes $1 billion with it anyway, apparently, so it's what it is. Yeah, so it's an interesting choice. It's a weird choice. It really is. And what's even more odd is that they announced the 2 films for 28, because I think 27 is going to be Secret Wars, which, by the way, hasn't started filming yet.
Right, I know. I read that. Like, we're about to start and we're nervous. They're like, about to start.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that's bullshit. By the way, I feel like when they were filming the reshoots for Doomsday, they started doing some stuff already for Secret Wars, in my opinion.
So, I don't know, and that's the word. That's the word that's been they haven't started, which is concerning because you got a year and change, and these movies take a while to make.
Well, I mean, they did Doomsday in a year and change. Like they're on the clock, and they did it like in a year.
How long? In 2 years? I don't even know. It's a lot of schedules.
They started filming in 25, and it's coming out 26, so they did it in a year and change.
Well, it depends how early they started filming. Because we're already.
If I'm not mistaken, it was April of 2025.
Okay, so April versus we're in August. That's a big difference. That's 4 months.
Right, that's why I'm saying I don't think they're just starting. I think they already got some stuff in the can.
Let's see, but that's what I heard. So who knows? But that's the 2027 release on paper. But that holds will find.
Right.
And then we got the 2 films of 28, which means Ghost Rider and Black Panther 3, which they announced.
Right.
But notable absence is the X-Men. It looks like it's 2029 at this point, potentially.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
I mean, because it's not next year. We know that. We don't even have a cast yet. The casting, we'll get to that.
Right.
Next year, it won't be next year. But obviously, it won't be next year. 2028. They only want to do 2 movies a year. I don't think they squeeze X-Men in it yet. I think they might wait till, and then the only logical step is 29. I mean, maybe early 20. I don't know. So it's weird. Maybe D23 might get some more announcements.
Yeah.
But it's 29, 3 more years for the X-Men. That's a long time. And like I said, why is that not the first movie out of the gate?
Here's what I think. Here's what I'll say about this. They did say that most years they want to do 2 movies, but on special occasions they will do 3.
It's possible. They just haven't announced. Like I said, right now.
Right
now, nothing's on the slate for X-Men. It's not even cast yet. Maybe there might even be a script ready for all I know.
Well, apparently there was a big announcement where they just cast White Queen.
Yeah, Samara Weaving, of course, Hugo
Samara
Weaving's
Weaving.
daughter. Yeah, who I like. She's
Oh yeah,
the poor man's Margot Robbie.
yeah.
She's
Listen, listen, and guess what?
which
I'm
is
a poor
great,
man,
which is
so
still
yeah,
great. Hey,
I'm good.
listen, it's still just as good. Believe me, it's like driving a Toyota to a Lexus. It's the same car, right? It says Lexus on it. It's the same shit. But listen, I'm fine. So they announced her. I think D23 when they get some more announcements. But I'm not
Yeah,
curious when they plan it because that should be that for me should have been the first movie after Secret Wars.
I agree. I
Should
agree.
be. If it's not, we got Ghost Rider the first movie, and really is that what we're doing? Eh, okay, I guess. But we'll get more into as far as the X-Men aspect of it because Spider-Man obviously touched a lot on that. I think I lost Eric. Did I lose you?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. You're weird.
Okay. There, you're back. Okay, you kind of went away for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, but let's before we move on to Spidey, Doomsday. The trailer dropped a few weeks ago. They had a secondary trailer, which you can see a bootleg
At the
version of
con.
there. Yeah, with the con.
Sure. Yeah.
The first trailer. Let's talk about the first trailer. That's the one we seen fully, right? I mean, I know we can talk
Sure.
about what they showed in a second, but yeah, I mean,
Right.
I thought it was fine. Wasn't excited. They didn't show a whole lot. Nothing. Some stuff we already knew, and no surprises. I
Well,
think you know.
it's really funny. We've read the leaks and the plot descriptions. We unfortunately it's what we do.
Sure.
So everything that trailer said we had known like 3-4 months ahead of schedule. I was like, oh, that was described. That was described. Everything tracked.
Right.
My kids, who know nothing about it, saw that trailer and they were like, whoa! And I was like, if you're that excited, this is for you. Like, this is exactly what you need because they had no idea about any of this, and they were totally on board.
Which makes sense. But and it's not. But this is the other problem, right? Because you could argue, okay, they released 4 trailers before teasers.
Right.
They already said Captain Rogers is coming back.
Sure.
They're putting up an Avatar in a $1.5 billion film, so a lot of people saw it.
Right.
The Fantastic Four is coming back. Okay, we got it. X-Men is coming.
Right.
Even by the casting, the leaking so much stuff. Not even leaking, they're just putting it out there. We see the trailer. Okay, you told us everything was coming out. You showed it to us.
Right.
Why we should be excited with that scene with Captain America? The big oh shit should have been a big oh shit moment. It's like, oh, there he is. That's basically what it was.
Well, I think there's going to be a twist on that. That's why it's going to be the oh shit moment.
Maybe.
That's what I think. It's going to be a twist on it.
Maybe, but the intention was that was the oh man he's back moment. That's
sure.
The intention of the trailer, right?
They lead you to one thing and then they flip it on you. So
they could flip it, but I'm just saying, just him being back. That reveal was that let's get the crowd. It's shown Captain America, and people are gonna lose their mind. No one lost their minds because they already told us he was coming in a previous trailer. So it's a weird approach to it. It was fine though. I don't think anybody was. Some people you read stuff on the internet. There's people all over the place for the trailer. It is what it is, right? Listen, it's gonna make a boatload of fucking money. Obviously, I'll say this now. I don't think it makes as much as Spider-Man. I'm gonna say it now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it now. I have that.
Okay.
I have that feeling. A lot of it because it's opening up. A week before Jumanji. What are we talking about?
Whoa. Easy, buddy. Because I went to go see Spider-Man and I saw the Jumanji trailer, and after that Jumanji trailer was over, my kid looked at me and goes, "Why does that look so bad?" So I'm just saying right now, sir, that's Jumanji magic has gone.
The behemoth that is Jumanji coming up. Of course, there's also Dune. But I think Dune's just because the virtue of Doom taking away a lot of their audience. I got a feeling because Spider-Man had by itself. I mean, Odyssey was still there, but that's third week. But it's alone, and Avengers is not alone. Dune's gonna be a big movie too. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I think just by virtue of that opening weekend, I'm saying Doomsday may make more overall. Opening weekend, I think Spider-Man probably will outdo it.
Yeah, I think opening weekend because it's going to be a two-way fight. It's not a three-way fight. Let's be honest. It's a two-way fight.
But it's a big fight. Yeah, it's I think that's going to take away some eyes for whatever that's worth. But I think long term we can still do it as long as it's good, right?
Right.
But listen, the second trailer, if you guys don't know, I don't know if did you see the bootleg of it or whatever?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
It's hard to see anything, but it was very Doom centric and
yes,
it's just not a whole lot there. It's just I don't know. It's just. I wish, and this goes for a lot of movies, including DC. DC does it a little bit better, not much. Can we just get a proper villain? I want a guy who's bad because he's bad. I don't want to hear Doom. He was so good and all his family. I don't want to.
But that first of all, that is Doom's origin. That is Doom's origin. But his origin is like he started off a good guy, but now he is just bad for bad. Like it is ego, in his brain, he is his own hero. He's like, I'm doing this because I think I'm the best answer. But also, like everything that Doom does is because he believes in the best. But that's only 75% of it. The other 25% is and fuck you, Reed Richards. Like it is always 25% and fuck you, Reed
it'd
Richards.
be cool to have that rivalry before. Like he's just a bad guy, but what Sue Storm was describing, he was not. He became evil because of a circumstance, and it's an old
in the beginning
it's an old dance that they do.
And I'll say the reason why is because in the beginning, Victor thought Reed was his equal, and then when he realized Reed was smarter than he was, he became insanely jealous, and then it became the Doom he is now. So
yeah,
he was a pretty decent guy when he thought he had an equal.
But the motivation, he wasn't. The motivation is not because of anything with Richard Reed. Nothing. Like zero. It's all about his family dying because of the encouragement. That's the whole story. Everyone knows the fucking story. That's what the story is. Right. Let's call it what it is. That's why he's doing what he's not because he's a bad guy trying to take over or whatever he's trying to do. It'd be nice. All I'm saying, it'd be nice to have a nice proper villain. Because MCU is guilty of doing the same thing. They did that with
Skeletor and nobody gave a shit. So...
Well, that's true. Well, a lot of movies have really good villains, and they do well. Die Hard, how about that? He's just a bad guy. Hans Gruber, his brother didn't get jilted by the government. He's taking. He's just a bad guy. It works. It's tried and true. It works, and I would like to see MCU do that every so often. That's all I'm saying. But I think a villain of this caliber is going to be this. Because in the end, redemption. I can sniff the redemption from 3,000 miles away. Oh, he's still got the good in you. No, he's no good in you. He's just bad. It's okay to be just a villain.
Doom at the end is just bad. At the end of it, but you got to get to the pretense before you get to just bad.
You don't need the family. You don't need that. Who cares? He's just a bad guy trying to take over. Nothing wrong with that. That's okay. It's fine. That's all. It's fine. We don't need all this dog and pony show with the villain. It's just, it's old. It gets really old. And,
I like it. I like it when it's pertaining to what makes the character work. And Doom is one of those characters. Doom is a noble villain. It's just what he's always been.
He is, and I understand you say that, but you haven't seen this version of Doom yet. And you're assuming that they're going to do the exact same version, which Marvel has never done. MCU has never done the same exact character as a comic, not once.
Right, that is true.
Why would they do anything different now? It's going to be some version of Doom. They're going to call him Doom because whatever. Your name is Doom. Probably means you're a bad guy. That's what I'm saying. Sure. Oh, change his name. And he just changed it to Dr. Doom. He's always been Dr. Doom. And this version of it. From what I read. So, that's what I'm saying, right? So, it's a little annoying, but whatever. Listen, this movie could be, I hope it's great. I really do. It has a lot of moving pieces. It's a concern. When you get left, X-Men for like 5 minutes, maybe. Who knows? I just don't see that being a big part of it. Namor, I heard he doesn't even share a scene with Doomsday, so he's just there to, as decor, for when they get together with Fantastic Four and the Black Panther, Wakanda. He
might be the guy who dies first. It might be, you don't know.
He doesn't die by Doom's hand because they don't share screen time. So I don't know. Maybe he dies. He caught a cold. Got COVID. I don't know. Should wear a mask, buddy. I'm gonna tell you.
You got multiversal COVID.
It's like it happened. It's like a much stronger strand from universe 897. With COVID, there was no cure found.
It only affects mutants.
That's what killed Doom's his family, and now he's all up. He wants vaccines and masks. So he wears a mask. It makes sense. Here we go. But listen. Let's see. I'm curious to see a second trailer of this. I got a feeling they might drop this as a second trailer. I don't know. I hope not. I kind of want to see a little more story in the next trailer.
Maybe. I think. I don't. Actually, I gotta tell you, I don't want more story. For example, I love the fact that and not to fast track, but we'll get to Spidey. But the trailers did not roll out everything that happened in the movie, and I didn't know what was going on at certain points, and I enjoy that. So don't give me too much story. Just give me scenes to entice me.
Which I'm all for. Wish we'd done it with Spiderman, but no. But that's, this is the history. Every movie spoils a bunch of shit. It is what it is. It's the world we live in. It's just why I choose to watch one trailer, and that's a wrap for the most part. So I'm not even I mean, even see the next trailer. If it's the same one, I'll watch it so I can see in better, resolution.
Quality, right?
But other than that, I don't know if I even want to see a second one. This is me personally. I know a lot of you guys. I know.
Oh, I watch all the trailers.
Hey, I know
I
you,
do. I
Eric.
watch all
You'll
the
watch
trailers.
them all. Listen, I get it.
But
Boom.
give me footage without giving me context. I just want to see things so I can be like, what does all this mean? I want to be lost going in and fulfilled walking out. That's how I want it.
No, I get it. Believe me, I absolutely 100% I get it. Now, let's talk Spidey. Brand new day, gazillion dollars, of course. Listen, it's quick overall because obviously I haven't. I'm sure you liked it. I share my thoughts. I liked it. I didn't think it was great. It's not. Keep hearing the greatest Spider-Man ever. Kiss my ass with that. It's not. It's nonsense. It's recency bias, and I understand that. I don't think it's even the best Tom Holland Spider-Man, to be honest with you. But I really liked it. There's some issues with it, particularly with Jean Grey, which I thought were incredibly annoying. A little too long, but still a lot of fun. Had a lot of high beats for sure. A little overstuffed, which is what's typical because you can't have a Spider-Man just by himself. You got to have 8,000 people with him because what the hell? Why not, right? It's the same old with them.
Which is sort of like in the comics. Spider-Man's always had a big supporting cast. So I'm down for that.
You want this nice, like I said, being consistent with it. I just want a Spidey movie doing Spidey things by himself, right? And half this movie is like that, right? The first half, which I thought really worked even better than the second half, to be honest with you. You fed me with Spider-Man, going up against the baddies, working with the police, all that great, and dealing with his with MJ and Ned and all that. That really worked for me. That really worked. But look, overall, it's good, man. It was good. It was really well done. I enjoyed it for sure. Just don't think it's the greatest Spider-Man I've ever seen. So what do you think about it?
I still think the best Spidey from this Tom Holland trilogy, in my opinion, has still been Homecoming.
I think I agree with you there.
It's just a Spidey on his own trying to figure it out with essentially a street level villain and him having to figure out how to be Spider-Man. This movie definitely felt like if Homecoming was high school, this felt like college for like it's like you're in the world now, you're interning at a job, and you're like, all right, I'm doing it. I got it down packed. All right, this is good. I really like it. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it like an 8.5 or a 9. Like it's really high.
I'm okay with that. I was thinking like 8.5, around there. Still very good.
I'll tell you what kept me away from giving it like a 9.5 or a 10. Okay. It's that it's set up a lot, but only paid off one.
That's fair.
It's set up a lot.
That's fair.
It's set up Peter Parker unintentionally being the engineer to the eventual mutant inhibitor collars. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, where's that gonna go? Don't worry about it. I was like, okay, so we're just gonna move along.
It's there.
It set up Savage Hulk coming back. What's gonna happen to Bruce Banner? Don't worry about it. We're gonna go over here.
Yeah, whatever.
It set up the softening of Punisher. What does that mean for like all the people who murdered the city? Don't worry about it. Just keep on going.
Of course, no one's after him in this movie, by the way. But go ahead. Either way.
I was like, right. Did you not see the last kill? Like he murdered a lot of people.
I mean,
are all those murders forgiven because you're hanging out with Spider-Man now? Like, what? How does that work out? I don't know.
Fair enough. That's fair.
It sets up the Hand as a fully active clan.
Oh my God!
What does that mean now? Damage control. Don't worry about it. You go like, oh, okay.
First, the Hand was egregious. How they treated the Hand, I hated that. Hated it.
Wow, like it was so many. Don't worry about it. And I was like, God. All this is cool, but what does it all mean? Like, where do we go? What are the consequences of anybody's actions? I don't know.
I mean, like I said, if they would have cut 30 minutes of this film, it could have, and cut out some of those things we're talking about. It would have been a nice, tight, great Spider-Man.
Tell me if I'm crazy.
Well,
what if instead of the fight with the Hand, it would have been all the criminals he busted in the first half working for damage control?
I'd be fine with that, to be honest with you.
Right, if it was Tombstone,
yes,
Boomerang, Scorpion. Ramrod, the Tarantula, it was them fighting Spidey.
I'm okay with that.
That would have been cool. Dope.
Yeah, that would have been really cool because Tombstone was like a 2-second. He might as well not even be in the movie, but whatever.
Right.
Odd choice, but
Like,
fair enough.
like you put in the money to create a tombstone.
I know.
Use them.
That's
Do
what I'm
a
saying.
thing.
That was so weird. I'm like, wait, that was it? Oh man, okay, whatever.
I was super like he had line. Well, I was saying he had lines. He had line. He had line. So
Yeah,
he's got line. You got the whole visual effect. Make him fight him at the end.
they can do
Like yeah, like
anything.
that was like
I mean, it would have been cool. He was the first half focusing on him. I would have been okay with that, right? Until we got
sure.
the JD Sadie Sink. We'll get to that in a minute, but that would have
Right.
been cool. You know, obviously that street level stuff. He was kind of even maybe Scorpion's working for him. I don't know, whatever.
Right.
Whatever. It's something I agree 100%, right? For sure. It's a lot of stuff in this movie, unfortunately.
You could have like shortened that, and it would have paid off seeing that.
Because there's a lot
Because
of good shit
you
here. This is
saw
good shit here. It really is.
you saw the hand and like a one-shot panel, and then you saw them in the office, and then you saw them at the end. And I was like, that was a long setup just to have a cool ninja fight. Now, don't get me wrong.
Correct.
13-year-old me,
Oh, it's cool.
all day ninjas, let's go. David doing it. If you're called American Ninja, I'm like, no, let's go with this.
No, very
what
cool. Yeah, in a vacuum, very cool for sure.
Very cool. But in the world he created, like.
Yeah, teenagers who are on their own. Like that's what the hand is. That's what the hand
Really?
is now. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah, like they're.
I mean, if they're working for Tombstone, they could have tied that in. That would have made more sense.
Yeah.
But
Like muscling in on the Kingpin's territory, like you could have done a whole thing that connected to Daredevil. Like it was all there. It was all there, but
Runaway Ninjas, what they're doing. It's like, okay, interesting choice. I wasn't a fan of that. The hand deserved more respect than that, for sure.
It really did deserve more respect. So that's what I'm saying.
Weird.
Like
that was weird.
It set up a lot, but gave you no resolution to any of it. And I'm like, all this is fun to watch, but my adult brain is like, so what happened then?
Right.
Like everything, like
where we're at.
Yeah, like they're like Dr. Banner was put in the psychiatrist. And that's like, oh, what a poor dude. Like, yeah, but like he's an Avenger as well. And what does this mean now? Like, what happens? How does this affect Yelena's new Avengers? Are they going to try to take like? What are we doing? Like, there's so much more questions now, and none of it gets addressed. It's like, listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's like, and it's MCU's been guilty of this a lot. Just giving us a movie and trying to set up so much down the road. You can do something contained. Spider-Man deserves a nice contained story, right?
Yes,
and it can carry it. It's proven that in the past, and it can do it now.
You know what it feels like. It feels like in the late 70s all the way until like the late 80s, early 90s, there was a comic book called Marvel 2-in-1s, which is basically Spider-Man meets another hero and they go on an adventure. And a lot of the stuff they did was either to introduce new characters or like we're going to take a plot point that's going to carry over to this adjoining character's adventure and it'll spin from here and it'll go there. So you're like, oh, if you want to see how this started, you go read that over there. But then you can see, and it feels like Marvel has gotten to the point where they've tricked Sony and going, yeah, we'll do a Spider-Man movie for you and it's going to be awesome. And it's going to make all the money in the world. But they're like, this is going to help us launch like 3 other movies. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Because people want Spider-Man, but we're literally setting up 3 of the movies in a Spider-Man movie. It's all good.
I mean,
go.
I guess it's hard for someone to complain they're going to get a boatload of money off this movie, right? I think they get like
they get
75% of the cut. But sure.
Every Spider-Man movie should be called Spider-Man the Setup. Yeah. That's really what it's coming down to.
Well, that's always been the biggest thing, right? And like I said, despite all that, it's still a very good movie. It's very fun, entertaining for sure. It's just not upper echelon Spider-Man. It's just not. Right. I'm sorry. Look, a lot of things work. Punisher him really worked great. I really like that.
You know what? Everything until the hospital scene, I was on board.
Yes, 100% there. And I had a discussion with that after the theater with our friends of mine. A bunch of us went, and we're like, dude, I was like, I know, I get it. Yeah. Whatever, but yeah, up to that point, great. I love that dynamic, and it wasn't quite neuter. It wasn't Punisher, but. Enough of it, so I was like, okay, I can live with this, right? Because I get it's a Spider-Man.
You know what? We got Punisher going, but we didn't get. Let me tell you something. That's the one thing we didn't get. Let me tell you something.
But it's fine. But that was great. The stuff with MJ really worked. The Ned stuff really worked. That dynamic really works well.
Dude, I gotta tell you, when she told him, "I don't love you," like I know they're married in real life, but I felt that, and I was like.
They were married in real life.
I was like, oh, wow. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was a really good scene. That was really nicely seen.
Really good scene.
And it's stuff like that should have been, if you trim all the fat, right, and leave that core that, I would have worked so much better, man.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene where like they're hanging out, The
Oh,
plane.
where they're building the X-wing.
Right, and yeah, and it looks like that was kind of almost like the end of the movie. Then like another hour's left. It's like that was a weird place
Yeah,
for that scene. I was
yeah.
like, okay, it was weird. It's just really weird. But
There was like these 3 times in the movie where I felt, is this the where they're gonna end it? And
right,
it didn't, because I was like,
and
this
that
is
would have been a
one
cool
movie
ending.
though. Like,
That would
this
have been
is
kind of
weird.
cool. A cool would end it with that. That could have been a scene at the end. I thought even worked even
It could have
better.
been a great after credit scene.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or even just towards the end, like he knows they're not ever gonna remember him, but he still has. They can become friends again, right? That's a good way
Right.
to leave it all. It's like, hey, there's hope for him. He's not alone anymore. Really cool
Like,
scene. Really cool.
tell me this: if the movie would have ended with, once again, Peter, Spider-Man brings MJ back, and without him hanging out, he's like, "Well, I gotta go," and she goes, "Peter, are you gonna be okay?" And he says, "Fine," and he goes, Spider-Man's name is Peter," and then at the end of the scene, they do the handshake scene, and he says, "Peter," realizes Peter. Wouldn't the mid-credit scene of them hanging out in the apartment building the Legos been the perfect mid-credit?
I mean, it would have been cool for sure. I mean, better
I
than
think it would have been a perfect,
yeah,
like,
it would
this
have better
is
what they
really
gave
sweet.
us.
Like, this is more right. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, let's talk about the beef over here. Say the sync, right? It's funny because first of all, we all knew it was Jean Grey. I don't know why they keep trying. Like,
Yeah.
who we kidding? Who not? But then there was I think a couple of days before, I was talking to her friend. He's like, I don't think she's Jean Grey, and I was like, dude, she's Jean Grey, but whatever, fair enough. And I guess one of the guys did the music for the movie or something. I don't know if you saw this. It was on Twitter. They put it up where just at the premiere and they're talking, the red carpet or whatever. And the interviewer brings him up and she asks him, "Hey, what do you look forward to the most?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to seeing Jean Grey, and it's kind of cool because she's like a villain." And he's saying this, and the interviewer's like, you can tell she's like, "Oh," and she's like, "Isn't that kind of a spoiler?" He's like, "What?" And he kind of just really quickly danced off it, right? So that was out there. What are we doing here, dude? What are you doing?
Wow.
Not only Jean Grey, but as a villain too, because I wasn't sure about the villain part.
Right.
We knew she was Jean Grey. So I was like, "Dude, come on!" It's like 2 days before the movie came out. That was messed up. So the cat was out of the bag, and that because I saw that everywhere. Friends were like, my friend was like, "Dude, I saw that." It's like, I told you she's Jean Grey.
Look, here's the thing. I didn't know if Sadie Sink was Jean Grey until I found out she was going to be in like Doomsday or Secret Wars. I was like, oh, okay, then you're Jean Grey. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to make it through is if you're Jean Grey.
We're saying it from like a year to be Jean Grey, or 6 months at least.
Right.
So no big stuff. I know that big reveal. They have her name. There was like one person in the theater was like, and everyone else was like, what? I can tell everyone was new. It's like, there's one person gasped out loud. I was like, oh, I started laughing.
This scene is for you.
There was one guy. I didn't know. So good for you. Hey, man, he's fresh. Good. But everyone else is like, okay, so, status quo, right? We knew. So what do you think about her? Like, I'm mixed with her.
I gotta tell you, man,
I thought she's really good as her.
I really like Sadie Sink. I like her. I like everything that she's done, even the weird sort of like I don't want to say alt movies, but there was that Apocalypse movie where she was like an opera singer, and like that movie was bad, but she was good in it. So I'm like, I like her. I think she's really good. So I was like, yeah, I could. I mean, listen, if you need someone whose star power is on the rise, so you can get cheap and it's gonna you can keep it a manageable level going forward.
She's cheap.
Sadie Sink is one of those people.
She's no longer cheap.
Well, yeah, now, but only because they got her while she was cheap. Now she's no longer cheap.
No, of course.
But when they got her, that was a lock.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and she was good as what she did with the role.
Yeah, she was. What I liked about it is they didn't make her already automatically altruistic and heroic. Like the movie introduced her in a very dark part of her life. That is great. That's what every mutant should be, in a dark or scary part of their life when we see them. Like, their interest should be, things are fucked up. That's how it should be. So
they
I'm glad that
a story that lends itself to it. I was just like, I just kind of mixed on it because couple of things. First, they put out the Thunderbolts, therapy session in the end. If I never see that trope again, I'll be the happiest man in the world. I'm tired. I've only seen that 2 or 3 times. It's terrible. Come on, she's a villain. She's not. But they portrayed her really as a shit fucking person, dude. Like, she killed somebody. She threw it fucking around with Peter Park unnecessarily.
But yeah, that cab did run over.
He run him over. Yeah. I mean, that's, come on, dead or close to it. Threw MJ off the roof. Toy with his emotions in a really bad way. It's like this. Okay, I can live with that. But then in the end, the opportunity is there to kill the Milkshake, of course, from Severance, damage control guy, and she doesn't do it. She takes a long time. It's like, really, now she's pulling the plug on the one guy she's been going after the whole damn movie for years or whatever long it's been, and that's the guy she don't kill.
Well, here's what I think.
It's odd. It's just because
She is using so much of her power to freeze up the city, right? And he's got the glass in front of his face, like she wants to like torture him and scare him, and she's fighting Spider-Man. So she is multitasking on such a high level that I feel like that's the only reason she didn't kill
the
him.
glass,
And
because it's inconsistent, right? Either you're gonna go all
right,
again, right? You can be a villain, no problem with that.
right.
Fair enough. She can have redemption down the road or whatever, right? But it's just odd that she was so quick on the draw, right? Just invading people's
What I
minds,
would
and
have liked,
I don't know, it's
what I would
odd.
have liked, I see what you're saying. What I would have liked, I feel like the middle ground should have been the blades should have been already like on the glass should have been already on his skin.
At the very
Maybe feel
least,
like little cuts. Like it should have been that. Like I'm gonna do this slow so it hurts,
that's fair.
and
That's yeah.
like that's the only thing that would have been a little bit more
That's
on brand and like where her state of mind
Rested in my
is.
exactly right because that's who it was.
Right.
And no, she's not a villain, but I get it, right? And she hates this guy, and his sister died, and she just learned that
Right.
she went
Yeah.
berserk,
Yeah.
understandably so. Um, yeah. So, I mean, it shouldn't even been should have been calling anybody. I don't think Jean Grey's because this is the other problem. Like, two things come up with the world that the MCU is building, right?
Right.
And you had Yelena in here, and cool, and she's talking to him about he's small potatoes. They don't
Right.
interfere. Fair enough. It became big potatoes.
It did become big potato at the end. Yes.
Where the fuck are we? Whatever. It's just it happens a lot with this. Like, where are the Avengers? These heroes and all this. This is big potatoes. People are getting frozen or taken over a
Well,
mile
here's the thing.
radius. I mean,
They don't know about mutants yet, so they assume
well,
small potatoes.
but what's happening was, I mean, you can see it was the small potatoes, right? I'm sure people were it's being reported. Oh my god, what's going on? It's a big scale thing. This is
Right.
like little at a shop, coffee shop. This is a big part of New York City. Well, I think it's just a couple of kilometers, whatever it was.
Right.
But whatever, it's a small thing, but it's just always that's always looming. Like, where is everybody else?
Oh, so I think the reason is that the new Avengers were in a IP dispute with the regular Avengers and Sam Wilson, so they're too busy in court to be involved in that moment.
So just
That's
say
what I think.
so just say no potatoes, man. Big or small. Just Spidey, you handle everything. We're busy here. So it's kind of weird. And then going back to the X-Men, right? If this is how they're introducing the X-Men, okay. Let's assume we know that Jean Grey is from this world. Okay.
Right.
So I would assume other X-Men will be from this world, right? Because after
Yes.
Secret Wars, they're gonna tighten things up. That's what Feige
Right.
said, and not rebooting, just retooling or whatever the word he used. I forget. Where the fuck are they? Xavier is
They're,
about at least
they're
20 years older than Sadie Sink, so he's older and established. A benevolent guy. That's what he should be portrayed as, right? He is.
right.
Where the fuck has he been all this time? And all the calamities this world has gone through, and gods and monsters and Thanos, where the fuck is he? And now we're to believe that he's part of this world. I don't buy it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's weird. Now could they do something in the multiverse thing with that? Maybe.
Right. Different X-Men are coming in, and that's when they find out that
Maybe.
this world
But
afterwards.
if not, that's a huge problem. It's like, well, where the fuck were these guys? Anybody was Cyclops is a little bit older. Maybe it's a young event, a young thing. X-Men find there are some older, I'm sure, mutants out there like
Sure.
Magneto and
Sure.
Professor X. What's going on with that? I'm saying it's odd. And I think there was a scene. So I didn't catch it. Someone told me that she was heading to like upstate New York.
Yes, it looked like the bus was going to upstate New York, which is where Xavier's school is.
That just proves the case, right? Okay, where the fuck was he? What's going on? He couldn't detect her. Know what's going on. He's pretty powerful. We've seen him at his best, right? It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. It goes back to this whole
there's a rumor. There's a fan canon, if you will, where they said that it wasn't until the end of Endgame with the multiversal alignments and the stones being activated that's what triggered the mutations, for the most part, on humanity to start going a little bit faster, or certain people were affected by it. So you could say the reason why nothing happened until after Endgame was because it was the stones and the multiversal alignments of things that triggered this pulse reaction through the world. That's one way to explain it.
I guess, but then let's assume there are some mutants out there that hasn't come out. No one knows any a rumor, anything these days where people get cameras everywhere and on social media. it seems just a little unrealistic, and it goes back to me. I don't think they're gonna handle this right because it seems to me it's gonna be like, or they're bad. Look at Jean Grey, and that's how they're gonna tackle it, right? Which is not the way X Men should be. X Men represents the marginalized people in our reality, right? So it's who they are. Now I've said that from the beginning. This was about
Well, I think they're going to start doing that because
on races, but they haven't built up to it yet. It's like,
right.
okay,
Well, even in the Spider-Man movie with Ned creating the Spider Tracker, I think that's going to be a thing where people start tracking like mutants now and that
which
kind
is
of stuff.
kind of odd because this Spider Tracker, I think the bad guys have that too. I'm just saying, let's throw it out there.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, it's like, oh, let's go to this bank. I mean, whatever. It's
yeah.
Not
Spidey's on the east side. Let's go to the west side.
Right.
Oh, west side.
Like, even Punisher's using it for Christ's sake, so he knows where it's at. Like, okay. But I mean, again, it's just how it's being set up. I'm just not a fan of what's going on. I guess I had reservations before, and nothing's changed, unfortunately. And that's how they handle Sadie Singh's character was a mistake. I think ultimately she shouldn't have been in the movie. It could have been Tombstone the whole time with this guy and do a story like that and leave it be, right? And he Peter Parker still could create the inhibitor because he's going through all these feelings. So that's still there, and then you can use that later on.
And that's another thing too.
You know
what's going on with that like, is he becoming the other? Is he enhancing to Man Spider? What? So once again, it's another like, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Set up too many things, not enough follow through. So that's why to me, it's like an 8.59.
Yeah, no, 100%. And yeah, it's just weird. A lot of things are concerning, and we'll probably get more answers as Doomsday and all this stuff comes about. We'll see what happens, and
sure,
I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna. I'm so curious how they're gonna tackle the X-Men. I really do, and you can do it after Ghost Rider potentially. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. It really doesn't.
Well, Ghost Rider is supposed to come out in September, right?
I think earlier because I know the Christmas time slot is Black Panther. Let me see here. Ghost Rider. Let me see. I think it's summertime. MCU release date. I want to say it's like July or May or something. You may be right about that.
I heard September.
You may be right.
That's how I want to double check.
It just says 2028.
Okay.
I could have sworn it said a date on there. Am I crazy?
Look, I like I said, I thought I did. First of all, I didn't know Black Panther was gonna be 28. I thought Black Panther would be 29. First of all, let's just clear that up. I might be wrong.
No, but they're both 28. Both 28.
They're both 28.
Yeah, they're both announced it. And they got the December stuff. Yeah.
If Black Panther's December, you could do Ghost Rider July, September, around there. You do X-Men May. And you have 3 back-to-back solid movies for 2028.
It's possible. We just don't know, unfortunately. Right? We just all just guessing.
Right.
I know those two are coming out 28. Sure. That is confirmed. So yeah, it's here both in 28. The December one is confirmed, but Ghost Rider doesn't really say. So I don't know. So again, maybe D23 they'll announce X-Men.
Sure.
February, March. They'd like to do like a February, March kind of film. I would assume this probably better.
I don't know. I think it'd be April, May for X-Men.
I think they should. If anything, just put a Ghost Rider early. If you're gonna release all 3, fine. Do Ghost Rider like February, March. That's.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And do Ghost Rider February, March, right. And do X-Men in the summer.
In the summer, the big May release or July, whatever.
Right.
And then you got December. You got your the other big release schedule for
that sounds really good.
Right.
Really
again,
good.
I don't know. We'll see because we don't know what Secret Wars is going to end up like. So it's just a lot of balls in the air. Spider-Man didn't quite help get some of these balls, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But still very.
Spider-Man threw 18 more balls in the air. Figure it out! Yay!
The guy's juggling. You keep throwing stuff at him and give me more. Oh, yeah. Chainsaw knives and shit. But it's still a good movie despite our gripes with it. I still enjoyed it. It's still fun. It just wasn't upper echelon for me personally.
Right.
Make a bunch of the MCU playing the hits. Spider-Man will always make money.
You gave people Spider-Man, you gave people Angry Hulk, you gave people Punisher, you gave a bunch of villains, and you gave an X-Men. Like you played. This was a jam session of hits.
Of course. And I get it because you go see Bad Money. You don't want to see his unreleased shit. You want to hear the hits. I get it. I'm saying,
give me the halftime Super Bowl show again. I want the hits.
Because if you don't, people get upset. Well, he didn't play none of his own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It is what it is. So I rather see the hits for now until they get their shit together, right? And X-Men is hits.
X-Men is hits.
X-Men is hits. It's a proven property and entity.
Absolutely.
People like X-Men, so that counts as hits. People care.
If the X-Men '97 series has proven anything, is that people want more.
Yeah, X-Men is very good. I heard the ratings are down though. Unfortunately, I don't know why.
Really? Yeah. I heard. I
haven't
heard it at all.
It took a decline from the first season. That's unfortunate. Whatever. I mean, I think it's probably better than the first season, to be honest with you.
I agree, and right? They even showed a clip for season 3 that looks even better than this.
Yeah, no, it looks great. It's been great. Really, I guess X-Men done well, and it's a high bar.
Yeah,
the MCU is setting up for themselves, and man, they need to clear this shit. Because X-Men has a checkered past. Let's be honest, and they can't ill afford.
There was like 12 movies, and 5 of them were good.
Yeah, well, if you count the Logan films, I guess you can lump them all in.
I count Logan and Deadpool's in that total.
Deadpool. So we got X-Men 1, 2.
Look, the first X-Men 1, X-Men 2, dope, sure. Right? X-Men First Class, X-Men First Class, X-Men
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, dope. Deadpool 1, 2, dope. Logan, dope.
That's 8, 7.
7. That's it. Out of 12, 7 are good. We
got both.
Everything else is
2 after. That's 4. 7 to 6 when you count the 2 shitty Logan movies. So it's still more good than bad.
Yeah.
But when it hit, it's hit. Deadpool hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Logan hit. Days of Future Past is still the best X-Men as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge hit for sure.
It is the most X-Men movie. Days of Future Past is the most X-Men
yes,
movie.
That's like the epitome of X-Men in terms of film. So let's see. But listen, it's hopefully get some contained stories here after Secret Wars, because neither one of these movies is gonna be contained. We know this already. This is gonna be a lot of juggling, a lot of setting up. I get it. At least we're expecting it. I didn't expect that from Spider-Man.
Right.
Contained story. I know Doomsday is going to end in a cliffhanger. I get it. I do. And then Secret Wars is the third act for the most part, right? But yeah, so listen, that's still going on. It's making a lot of money. People should still go watch Spider-Man. Absolutely, 100% they should.
Absolutely. I might see it again. That's how much I liked it. Like,
that's good.
My nitpicks and clear story problems out of the way. Visually fun. Everyone is acting their eyeballs out. Everything feels authentic. I'd love to see it again.
Yeah, this is Tom Holland's best work as Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
I think personally, yeah, for sure, 100%. So yeah, was it Destin? Is that the director's name?
Daniel Destin Craig.
Yeah, damn, I guess.
Director Shang-Chi, which by the way, I appreciate. Like Wonder Man showed me he could do it, but like I was worried that the third act was going to fall apart like Shang-Chi, and it did not.
It didn't.
Closed. I'm like, good. That's what I wanted. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put that on him. And if story-wise didn't wrap up great, but it was a lot tighter than definitely.
I will say, I didn't realize this. All 4 of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies have been written by the same team, and they were the guys who worked at Community. They did Remedial Chaos Theory, which I did not know. And I'm like, that makes... Especially after watching this movie, seeing how much they set up, that is like Remedial Chaos Theory. They set up a lot of multiverses on that dice throw, and I'm like, you guys are doing it again.
That's what they do, apparently. I think there's a delay on Shang-Chi too now as well. I heard that because
clearly
he's committed. Clearly. He was committed to do something else before that. That's even if he goes back to it. So I think Sony has him. I forget what studio grabbed them. I'm not sure they let him go again. Somebody grabbed him.
I don't think so. Not after this. They're like, that's why
he's doing something. He's doing a non-MC movie. I forget what name it was. I heard it talking about somebody the other day. But some studio nabbed him. They meant to release him to do other stuff. They're like, hey, they'll pump money his way. Unfortunately.
Let me just ask you a question before we wrap up. Mm-hmm. You saw that movie that people were comparing to the modern day version of The Raid recently. That was like Vengeance or something like that?
Oh, The Furious.
The Furious.
Yes.
What if that director did Shang-Chi 2?
I don't know, because The Furious story is just, it is what it is. That's
right. But I'm talking about the director, like not the writers, the director.
You know what? I think, yes. Because some of the Furious stuff, the fighting is awesome. I love that movie. But some of the stuff is a little bit okay.
Sure.
Yeah. But that's fine. But in a fantastical world setting,
it'd be great.
It'd be fantastic for sure. Like I wish he was doing like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter for that matter.
I hear you.
You can take that sensibility and brutality. It'd be fucking awesome. But no, I would be okay with that. I would. I went out. Like I said, I think I've seen something he's done decent. But I'm for it right now. They need those kind of filmmakers, man. Very visceral, man. Particularly Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, that's essential, man.
And the story's super easy. Shang-Chi has got to take down his father's organization that his sister now runs. I mean, that's it. You got the family dynamic right there.
I think it was a nice contained Spider-Man Shang-Chi story. Yes, 100% take something like that and
super
take
easy.
That fighting to the next level.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh God,
no dragons, just really a guy versus a crime organization that his sister runs that belongs to his dad.
And you let it kick
that is great action. That's a great action movie, period. 100%. But make it Marvel.
That's a good call. Really good call. 100%. I just really wish like any Mortal Kombat deserved better than what we're getting. I really do. And I think the fighting got worse in the second one than the first one.
I kind of agree.
Yeah,
I kind of agree.
It's like, man, what are we? It's Mortal Kombat. Hello, what are we doing here? The story cares. If you have great fight scenes and okay story, we're okay with that. It's 1,000 martial arts movies. We like that story. Whatever. The Ray's not a great story. Who the fuck are we kidding? But god damn, it's so awesome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, god, and that's what really carries. So yeah, I wish it. And Street Fighter looks ridiculous. I can't wait to see it.
I'm not.
I think this is going to be the worst.
No interest in watching it. I'm going to watch it because we're going to talk about it. This is going to be no part of me going, yay. I'm like, hey.
It's going to be horrendous, and I'm just want to see how bad it is. I'm so excited to see how bad and ridiculous this movie is.
Listen, let's put it this way. I will get intoxicated with the intent to watch it, but if I can't make it out of my apartment, I don't blame myself.
No, I get it. But if you're going to watch it, sober ain't the way to do it. I'll tell you right now.
Sure.
Again, if you watch it sober, you're probably gonna detest this fucking.
Yeah, you're a big dum dum.
Go drink, smoke, whatever it is, your drug of choice or vice of choice, and I guess the only way to see Street Fighter. I'm just so curious to see how bad this movie is because it looks horrendous. It looks so.
I know.
Where's the respect for Street Fighter? Come on, guys. What are we doing here?
Listen. I'll tell you what my respect was. As much as I love just fun casting. When you cast Jason Momoa as a Brazilian monkey person, you've lost my respect. You lost my respect. No. There's tons of Brazilians who do MMA who are built like a gorilla. One of those dudes could have been there, no problem. Because I don't know if you know anything about Blanca, not the big speech giver.
Right. That is true. And listen, Brazilian fighting is very unique.
That's what I'm saying.
It can be very unique.
Hello. If you would have done imagine you incorporated capoeira with monkey moves. That would have been fantastic. And listen, we're always bigging up the Latino culture. Where's the Brazilian? He's not a Hawaiian character. He's not a Samoan. Listen, he's a Brazilian.
When you're right, dude. I can't argue that. That was they wanted to get a name out there. Fine.
Yeah, I get it.
They could have cast him as anything else. They could put him as Guy for all I care.
Yeah.
Fine. Cody Rhodes, is that what we're doing? Come on, guys. There's no respect. No respect. Mortal Kombat got some little respect.
Got a little respect. Right, yeah.
This movie is getting nothing. Yeah. Not one. Awful. Oh, God. And who's that Ken guy? Who I like. He's just not Ken. It's the guy from the Recruit. Who was in the Black Adam.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of others.
Latino, so I'll give credit's due. But he got ripped. I'll give him that much.
That's true. I mean, listen. In these types of movies, I'm not crapping on anyone's work ethic because everyone physically is putting in the work. Congratulations, sure. You guys all earned your paycheck. Yeah. That being said, fuck you a little bit.
Jason Momoa. Oh my God! I swear to God, if he's like, I saw some stupid shit, I'm gonna walk out of that movie. I swear to God.
If he comes in a motorcycle smoking a cigar,
oh my God!
Like, wrong movie, asshole.
He's surfing, coming in on the wave.
My man.
Oh God. Could be the Razzie Award winner. I'm just saying. But we'll be talking Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter. Keep saying Street Fighter 2.
Absolutely.
That comes out in October, I guess. But yeah, either way, we'll leave it at that as the nuggets for the week.
Guys and gals and nerds of all cultures and races, thank you so much for tuning in for another great episode. Thank you so much for all the love and support you guys give us. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe here on YouTube at the Latin Nerd Network, where you watch shows like Nerdsplaining and The Watch List and The House Situation and other stuff got along the way. Don't forget my comic book, Danger Squad, at dangersquad.com. Digital copies are available, I still believe. If not, let us know, because I think we're trying to work with a new distributor, and I'm not sure if that got set up yet, but we'll give you more information about that. Don't forget to go to ericdasilva.com, EricDasilva. pick up my album, Adorably Offensive. I appreciate all the sales that you've been keeping me afloat these summer months. So thank you. And let us know what you thought about Spider-Man. Let us know what you thought about Batman, the Caped Crusader. Let us know what you thought about all the new trailers and Ryan Gosling not being Danny Ketch, which is blasphemy. I want to know about all that stuff. Give us your hot takes. Can't wait to hear from you about that as well. Guys, as always, I've been Eric Da Silva. This has been Jose Romero. We have been Nerdsplaining. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.